LCS. Philip is a 19-year-old guy. He's new.
The new element.
Yep, and I got to talk to FlyQuest, talk to them a bit about him. They are really a believer in like his work ethic, his attitude, and they think he fits the culture that they're trying to build really, really well for FlyQuest. But the question mark is, can he perform at the LCS level as far as like individual skills, right? Is he there yet?
He must pass that test.
And Licorice, I would say there's kind of like these different tiers in the LCS. The kind of like actual elite guys. And I think Licorice is kind of like that bar that you have to get above if you want to get into the some days and the last of the coming up into the LCS stage. You are expecting to get pushed harder in the lanes, in the 1v1. So really have those advantages exploited even more. So, if he makes mistakes early game, Licorice is one of those guys that can really punish him. So Philip's going to have to be on his game. And also, the team has to play towards him. Because Camille, yes, Camille is like a counter, so to speak, but it's much more about how you're enabling your teammates to kill the Gnar, to be honest. Like, once he gets in a mini, you call up your jungler, you ult him, he's locked in, you kill him in mini Gnar. That's more what it's about. It's rare that you just see like the straight up domination in the 1v1.
So, couple things I want to go ahead and mention here. Double exhaust on the side of the Golden Guardians being wielded by...
Before that, Jose, of course, already 6 camp clear here, heading down towards that bottom side. He just clears it out so damn fast on the UDYR. Spots that with the vision plant, so we'll come through, and they're just trying to threaten the dive, just push them off. It's level 3 to level 2. Takoi's moving from mid, and Jose's level 4. Not only did he use 6 camps, he did 6 camps, now he comes down and farms the enemy Krugs. So yes, Pride Stalker did actually grab the top side scuttle, but Jose is going to be able to get most, if not all of this camp, then got his own scuttle on bottom side. So going to be sitting in a really good position because they're denying a lot of this farm away from the Zeri. And this is just great pathing and use of that speed clear that he does have because, I mean, yes, you're going to still get...
Bother harassing underneath the turret there, so Philip will be down slightly, not a ton. Air Drake, first of all, here in this game, as Stixay takes a chunk of damage again. They're just walking up fighting Lucian Nami, and Lucian Nami says, what?
Yeah, I mean, Afro was moving from lane, so I think they were trying to go up, posture a little bit more aggressively. But, they are playing double exhaust, which is going to have a lot of value later on. But having that double exhaust is not as useful right now. And we see Jose, they have that bot side pressure. You can solo this up easy peasy.
Oh, yeah.
And going to be able to take that first dragon of the game. The Zeri W does do a lot of damage, if you can actually connect with that. So it's a good bit of chunk onto Johnson, but they've got to be so careful because Ignite is available for Afro. So if 6A goes too far forward, and you do get caught by that Ignite, plus the full combo with the Electro proc, you're in range of dying.
Interesting that both of the first Drakes here in the couple of games that we've seen today taken almost... Oh, but the culling is coming down, and Stixay jumps over the wall to get away from that one. Ole using the exhaust. So that's one of those two down on the side of the Golden Guardians, as it looks like Pride Stalker's clearing out the blue while Jose is going after the Herald. However, Licorice's rotation means that Josedeodo does get challenged here. Takoi rotating over now too, but a Blaze Olive is here. We could have a full-on 3v3. Takoi getting out of the gravity well. The Rift Herald is running out of patience.
That's going to reset.
Yep. All right, they're not going to be able to secure that just yet. Licorice landing one empowered Gnar Q there onto Takoi as he tries to leave, but the Golden Guardians are going to re-aggro this objective. They're sticking around here. Josedeodo walks forward and sees it. A Blaze Olive, recognizing FlyQuest's awareness, steps back towards the objective to try to protect it as well. Eyeball exposed. Rift Herald at 3K. Patience running down. Shelly, they are just messing with you today, aren't they?
Yeah, and every time Philip is getting pulled away from that little push and wave, he is losing minions.
And you saw there right at the end, Josedeodo dropping the smite on the Rift Herald, even after it had already lost its patience. I think he just wanted to evolve the smite. That was the last one left. Smite. He wants to have the red smite to be able to use it in PvP, because it looks like FlyQuest and Golden Guardians are going to get into it here in this upper rim.
Yeah, looks like they're going to get it, though. They did have push. They finally get back onto it. They should have enough time to actually finish this off. They're coming in and try to check, but it is too little too late. We'll see if they can get a kill here. Licorice does have Mega, but not going to be able to happen. The Ghost is enough. The Lucian Nami going to be in the advantage on this bottom side. Should be able to push this in, grab their third plate. They have Herald, so that could be just a dead turret bot if they want to use it. But I think they will just be starting up the Dragon here after Jose grabs the blue buff. For Takoi, looks like he's going to move over and grab that. So just continue stacking the neutral objectives. This will be 3 for 3 if they can get it. And this is not so much the kind of the back and forth trading that we saw in that previous game between Cloud9 and EG. It is more FlyQuest just kind of getting everything they want thus far.
And not a kill-heavy game either. Still 0-0 at 11 minutes. durability patch has not just pumped the brakes here on early game aggro, it has slammed them through the floor of the car.
And I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, I do think the changes were great for solo queue and for average play.
Yeah.
But for pro play, it feels to me like we need a buff on early game champions, right? Like there needs to be some sort of a pivot back towards early action. That early action needs to be incentivized.
Well, as Golden Guardians are trying to make sure FlyQuest doesn't just keep taking over the game. They're already over the 1,000 gold lead. Johnson's coming in with the calling. A Blaze Olive flashes away, but he's killed off. And it's first blood for the man with the guns. Johnson gets it done.
Nicely done. Utilizing that early Gale Force completion to really punish a Blaze Olive, moving out from lane to get some vision. And Afro and Johnson are just moving up and are able to punish that rotation very, very heavily. They're going to drop the Herald mid here for TUKI, get him some more of that gold, continue to chip away here. They will take 3 plates off mid. They've already got 3 plates bought. They get the first blood. They've gotten all 3 objectives. FlyQuest are cruising in this game. And Golden Guardians are going to need to find their moment.
Back up, Josedeodo leading the charge here, going after the Golden Guardians jungler as Johnson and Afromu are ready to go. Pride Stalker's got that ulti, but is it going to work? Flashing away to stay alive. Culling coming out, but it only finds Stixay, who body blocks for his own jungler. FlyQuest have not found a kill just yet, but TUKI's going in. A Blaze Olive, remember, no flash still from the previous play, but he still gets himself out. Afro and Johnson taking some damage here as Stixay zones them away, seeing the low mana bar on the Lucian.
Yeah, they've been out of the map for a long time there, so Johnson gonna have to go back to base. They will lose a little bit of farm. Can help to even things up there somewhat. But still, forcing the flash, forcing the ulti off of Pride Stalker is going to mean things are going to be much more difficult for them coming up to this dragon fight here in 55 seconds. Ole,
this one's
trying to convert that sight zone if he can prior to that happening. You know, trying to farm as much gold as he can.
Oh, Phillips.
Too close to the tower.
Yeah, he goes in, he gives him the Hex Tech ultimatum, but when it's that close to the turret, he can't stick around long enough. Licorice will just hang back at the very edge of it and throw boomerangs at him the entire time. So, despite having the jungler presence, it doesn't work out the way FlyQuest wants it to. Guardian.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Jose's just getting up there trying to get Philip to reset. Would have liked to see Philip just hold on to the ult, though. It's kind of a low percentage play to actually get the kill. And Dragon is going to be here, and very likely we may see a fight over at Golden Guardians, though, for now, up towards this Herald. So may just give up Soul Point for free and look to fight right on Soul. But this is really not a high-value Herald. Yes, you're going to be able to get a bit of chip damage down on a tower, but they don't have any tower low, so it's not going to be anything in execute range. And giving this over means, you know, 1 missed flight, 1 pick, 1 steal is going to be Soul for FlyQuest, who's already way out ahead, and the Mountain Soul is going to make the potential of the comebacks that much more difficult.
Oh, TUKI outplaying Pride Stalker there by standing still. Pride Stalker, wind becomes lightning forward, thinking, okay, maybe if you try to get back,
juke.
It's like, no, I'm just going to stand here, keep attacking the turret. That turret has 27 HP out of 5,000. That is not a whole lot. Somebody just randomly breathes on that one. It is dead.
That is the juke that me and my friends like to call outdominum, where you just don't move.
Yeah. No,
you know?
exactly.
They're trying to be big brain, like, he's going to dodge left. I'm like, I'm bad. I'm not going to move.
Yeah, we've switched things around, Mr. Azael. It's that time of the game. The top laners head towards the bottom half of the map. Licorice getting most of the health down from this turret. Philip goes in, but he does not find the stun there from the hook shot. Still gets the Q damage to take a chunk out of Licorice's health. Divine Sunder, of course, very nice in those snap trades.
Yeah, absolutely. We can see there's a lot of vision down here for him as well. We have a ward over here. We got a couple of wards over there. We got a ward in the side. You know, these wards over by mid. So he has pretty good coverage to actually keep him safe if he were to push up. Of course, he knows Zeri's in the area, so he is going to play respectfully. You know, Zeri can fly in over those walls. You've got to pay some attention to where they could be coming from, and they're going to look for a play now.
Oh, Philip just getting jumped on by Stixay and Ole. They dropped the exhaust from the Yuumi. Now, Philip has to run away from that one. However, he doesn't have to spend anything, right? Yep. He never had to use teleport. He never had to use flash. There's nothing wrong going on here. So they will, however, buy themselves enough time to get that tier 1 turret, like you're saying. Gold lead is still 2,000 for FlyQuest.
Yep, absolutely. And
pretty insurmountable at this
punishing.
point. Johnson's ability to just take over a fight cannot be understated. Pride Stalker now getting jumped on. Throws TUKI back. TUKI now having to flash away defensively. Nice turnaround there from Golden Guardians. FlyQuest's mid laner incredibly low on HP, down to about 200. FlyQuest make the move, but Golden Guardians have the answer.
That is the trade of flashes and ultis there between TUKI and Pride Stalker. I think you're going to be pretty happy about that on the Golden Guardian side, to be honest, because Azir is going to be much more vulnerable. But they're trying to group up mid, see if they can get this tower. Should be able to do it. chunking it down very low, and the Victor laser plus that W there from Stixay actually chunking out FlyQuest very, very heavily.
And here comes another Herald charge. It does at least succeed into crashing into the turret before it's immediately taken out, so some good damage there. We've got 1 minute and 47 seconds until our next Drake spawns that over the bottom side river. FlyQuest shoving out the mid lane. We've got 17 seconds until this Drake spawns. It's Golden Guardians, control over the river. FlyQuest grouped up as 5 here as well. Licorice loses half HP to Johnson, who comes in with a calling. Takes him down to a quarter. Licorice is in trouble. That's your engage on the side of the Golden Guardians, and FlyQuest knows it.
And he Mega'd out, so that's actually a big deal. If FlyQuest can just wait this out, they see him now in Mega. You don't have to rush this, just wait till Megadar expires, and it's almost an unlosable fight for them. So yeah, exactly what they're going to do. They're just backing it up. Not only is Licorice going to be damaged now, he doesn't have the access to the ultimate for quite a lot of time, so now FlyQuest can look to try to play for this. A lot of it's going to be up to a Blaze Olive, try to zone them out. He's poking them with the lasers.
Licorice was healed up pretty well there by Ole on the Yuumi. However, remember, this means Ole's mana is incredibly taxed. Yuumi is not going to have a lot to work with here in this fight. Philip goes in, and he finds the ulti onto the enemy mid laner, who's already been killed. Johnson barely getting himself away. He's going to stay alive. Fires off that Fire's Bloom, but dies to a Blaze Olive. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade, carry for carry. FlyQuest still onto the Drake. No flash available for Pride Stalker. Licorice is down. Soul over to FlyQuest. More kills over to FlyQuest. Pride Stalker is gone, and Zeri don't got no money. Stixay's trying to get away, but Josedeodo gives him the slap, and Philip is ready for the follow-up. Jose keeps on tanking, and FlyQuest keeps on spanking the Golden Guardian.
Run, stun, job is done. Jose chasing him down under the tier 2 tower there. But what an engage from Philip, the confidence there.
Backing off, Johnson at only half HP himself means they don't want to overcommit to something, throw away this lead they've got. Mountain Soul feels awesome at this point in time.
Yeah. I mean, you're 4K up. It's another 4K or so in stats to have that Soul. And then you're playing from so far ahead where it's like, generally, if you're losing, you're thinking about trying to burst someone down, get a pick. That is much more difficult to do against that Mountain Soul. So it is going to be a really, really tough job here for Golden Guardians, who, you know, they got way behind through laning. In that bot lane, they gave up all the dragons. They did not want to contest until Soul, and then they lost that fight. So now their options are very limited. It's threatened that they're on it, and now it looks like Golden Guardians are just going to give up the Baron. So to me, this feels a little bit like conceding.
There's a lot of here, take that, here, take this, here, take that, here, take this from the Golden Guardians this game. And I understand not wanting to risk what you think is a lost fight, but we start having to ask questions about, well, what is the more winning play, right? Because they've given away so many Drakes, they've given away a Baron. This is tough.
Yeah.
Grievous Wounds. This item by itself, I expect to see more players building this to completion earlier because of how effective it is.
I mean, they nerfed Grievous Wounds, but then they just buffed the efficiency of a lot of the items. They added AD to them, they added CDR, whatever, but they just added stats kind of as a makeup, which just makes the healing reduction items more just kind of generically strong. You don't necessarily need to have them.
Just a good item now.
Exactly. You don't need to just, oh, they have a Soraka, okay, you can buy it. As you say, it's just very, very cost efficient at this point. And so it is a pretty smart buy. There is, of course, you know, a fair bit of healing with Ravenous in that 1v1 if you're trying to keep him chipped down, try to look for some sort of a play.
Divine Sunderer too, being able to heal you off the proc. So there is some value in the Grievous. It's just not the main reason for getting the thing anymore. It's just a good item. So I wanted to take the chance. That's one of the few smart things I'll be able to say this whole split is calling out how good this item is now. So I really wanted to get in there as FlyQuest is pushing the bottom lane and pushing towards the tier 3 turret. The advantage they have in the game already is massive. 8.8 thousand gold in 27 minutes. And mid is going to drop even faster. Takoi's able to take care of that, no problem. Josedeodo rotating over mid just to make sure his solo laner is not in too much trouble. Johnson and Afromoo going to keep the pressure up here in the bottom lane now too. Philip right beside him, just in case Licorice tries to go for some sort of an engage. Mid lane, the inhibitor is done. Bottom lane's where the attention's going to be now. Baron still alive for the next 30 seconds or so. FlyQuest is going to get one more wave to try to use this.
They're going to get top as well. There's no one is answering Takoi. everyone from Golden Guardians is just kind of sitting on the other side, hoping that there's some sort of mistake, but like, they don't even have any engage, right? So you can't really punish, and if you're going to ignore Sequoia, he is going to get that job done on the tower, and now too many people have gone towards top. There's 3 tops showing, so bot side is going to be collapsed on by Philip here, and they can threaten the dive.
Josedeodo's already going in, and a Blaze Olive's already going down. Licorice trapped in the Hex Tech ultimatum. The turrets just evaporate everywhere. Johnson's taken down to 150 HP, but he stays alive. Pride Stalker goes in. Licorice gets taken out. Afromu's still keeping the attention of the enemy jungler. There's only 1 man left alive, but how long's he staying living? He'll try to take Jose with him. Doesn't quite get it. UDYR with the heal. Triple kill over to the mid laner. The ace for FlyQuest, and they will wrap this one up nicely.
It's a stomp. FlyQuest closing out in 28 minutes in this much slower meta. Full control, start to finish. The 2v2 advantage was enormous and allowed Jose to get what he wanted to get done on the map. Done very easily, controlling all the early objectives. Really just ran this game start to finish, and Golden Guardians never really looked like they had a way in.
I'm going to say it like it is. Golden Guardians didn't look good at all.
No.
Like, I never saw them look like they had a plan. They gave up so much, so often. Just even at the end, when you're talking about managing